Merry Christmas, Internet. I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz. This is the Wine is Serious Business Show, episode 110. Merry Christmas to us and Merry Christmas to you guys. And I should say Merry Christmas to us because we're drinking 2008 Oregon Pinot. We're drinking the very top.
Some of our favorite stuff. We talked like, what are we going to do for a Christmas show? What are we going to do? We want to drink some good Pinot? Yeah. Then we were like, well, maybe even some 2008s. This is probably the end of the 2008s. This is the end of 2011. 2009s are out. 2010 wines are coming out.
The 08s are still out, but they're hard to find at this point. There's a very small amount of them still in the market. But we got two big boys here. So.
And I think both of these are still available, right? Like they sell out kind of quick. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they might be. It's definitely worth your time to look into it if you're interested after seeing what we have to say. What did we decide to start out with? I don't even remember.
So yeah, we started out. We got two wines. The first one we're going to start out with is the Johan Vineyards Pinot Noir 3 Barrel. So this is the top 3 barrels of all their wine that they produced. Right, that's how they do it. They don't have any single vineyard stuff. They sort of go through. They pick the Willamette Valley stuff. After they barrel it, they pick the Nils Reserve, and then the 3 top barrels make this. So.
We had a cool interview with Dan and Doug a while ago. Some of our favorite winemakers in the valley. Super nice people doing interesting things with kind of a unique vineyard site. And this wine has consistently kind of like proven the point that they've got something special going on.
Absolutely. All right. Color right off the bat. That very 2008. Super dark Oregon Pinot.
Yeah. And you're just getting into the good stuff right away. This screams Pinot Noir. Like, yeah, from well away from the glass.
So these have been open for what? 2 hours? We took a little
about an hour
and a half.
Yeah.
Up to room temperature. And man, the nose is explosive on this.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, just great full dark cherries, great complexity with like the juicy fruit inside of the dark skins. Getting like some floral components going on there. I'm not that good with the flowers. I'm leaning towards maybe like roses or hibiscus. There's dramatically different flowers, but some good red floral notes.
And big time herbal and spice notes like nutmeg, sort of baking spices, hints of rosemary and mint. Remarkable nose.
These are all integrated so well too.
Yeah, it's just a big, rich soup of this delicious aroma. Big soup. I think right before the show, we kind of like took a little top off just to see how they were doing, which one to do first, and this is, it's like the whole Thanksgiving dinner. You walk into the kitchen and there's everything going on. Someone's making a wine reduction or whatever, and man, it's just
little nutmeg. Put smile.
You can pick out everything out of this. It's crazy.
Keeps it. Even on the palate, right out of the gate, you're getting a little bit of minerality. The fruit, the acidity, the tannins, all kind of wash across right away with this, man, this great balance, this great just feeling of, right, like fruit and complexity that's so enjoyable.
It starts off super dark. It's almost like plum skins, but then turns into cherry fruit and then goes super tart on the finish, but in a really good way, like sort of meeting the tannins and the acidity halfway. And a long progression. I'm still tasting the wine, and it's sort of evolving on the palate here. And then still with the spicy aromas, the nutmeg spice, and a little bit of wood, but it's like so well integrated. It just adds a little bit of warmth to the fruit, and I'm still tasting the wine.
And those counterpoints I think are really fantastic. My first sip was really small. I was kind of swishing it around, and I got more of that kind of like bright acidity, like a little bit of a citrus note backing up all those fruits in there. Kind of by itself, but when I took a little bit bigger sip, swallowed it a little faster, it's completely counterbalanced by the richness provided by like a really excellent use of oak, right? Like it's there, it provides the richness, but it doesn't dominate, it doesn't throw off the balance. It just kind of, it provides this great counterpoint to that high acidity that keeps it bright and fresh with still a feeling of richness. It's really enjoyable.
This is awesome. I think I've already brought up my point as to like what this wine tastes like. I really don't see much more. Man,
spices are coming through. The spices from the nose are coming through.
This is a huge statement. I think my favorite 2008 Oregon Pinot.
Yeah,
it's that good.
Nice.
What's wrong with it? Nothing.
That's the best.
94 plus. It's amazing.
And crazy
This is
potential.
yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And it's only gonna get. This is really good wine. Good job, Johan.
Again.
Yeah, right. Just like we struggle when we're getting
How can you
like
fault it?
below the scale, right? Like now we're up to the point where it's tough to put a finger on it.
What's wrong with
Yeah, 94 points for me too. It's dead on, man, and just the complexity and the way it's even evolved in the hour that it's had open. There's so much to give. There's so much potential for the future. Biodynamically farmed too, right? Sustainable, hand-numbered labels.
How many bottles are there? There's only 876 bottles in this. I will be buying more.
Yeah.
So,
So,
all right.
yeah,
If
great
you-
stuff.
Yeah, call them up and wow, it's remarkable.
Fantastic.
You got your Christmas shopping done yet? That's really good.
Yeah, like some ruby red grapefruit stuff's coming in with the plums, kind of sitting on the mid palate.
I feel bad honestly dumping this down my gullet. Like it's we're
Well,
we gotta finish. We're gonna move on.
Yeah, we're gonna put the rest of the bottle to good use too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, this is good stuff. On to wine number 2. This is the Domaine Drouhin 2008 Laurene. This is the middle cuvee of Pinot Noir that they do from their estate on Dundee Hills. We've had, we had their 09 Willamette Valley before. We talked about DuPont a lot. We've done interviews with them. They're like right next door on the hill. A lot of respect for the wines that they make too.
And they actually got questioned this today while I was at Willamette Wine Storage. What's your favorite AVA in Oregon? Dundee Hills.
Easy.
Without batting an eye.
Right.
The wines consistently have this sort of like sweet red fruit character that you only get from that area. Like it's almost hard to describe. It's like if you caramel wrap a strawberry and a raspberry together. It's weird.
And I consistently
And
get
they're dry. Sorry
Yeah,
to
go
cut
ahead.
out.
No.
They're dry, but they have this sweet edge that I don't know. I just find remarkable every time.
fantastic complexity and consistently a really soft mouthfeel. That kind of brought me to love Pinot Noir to begin with. And so many sites on that hill really deliver. Like, I'll tell anybody, like, Dundee Hills, the best wine growing region in the United States. Like, I love it.
Yeah, good point. All right, so you said mid-tier here?
Yep, middle tier, but comparable in price to this. And last time I tasted this was showing really well. Both really exciting parts of both of our collections. I think is how it's probably going to play out. So. Some funk.
It's got that. But it's got that sort of sweet fruit aroma too behind that funk. You definitely getting that Oregon funk.
Yep,
For the
totally.
Oregon funk guys, it's got that Oregon funk.
It does, right? And right, Dundee Hills wines is a lot of times where we talk about that, where it's like the wood on the forest floor, like you get hiking around in Oregon.
Stomping around some dry wood. Wait a minute.
A little bit of blackberry, too much epic meal time. yeah.
I'm watching some epic meal time before.
Blackberries and plums again.
Peanut gallery.
Little bit of strawberry notes, right? So you've got a variation of fruit.
Yeah, the strawberry aromas are a little strong for me. It's like where I'm getting like a sort of a sweet red fruit, a little bit of strawberry and cherry.
That forest floor like really gives it this brooding sense to it, right? Like, yeah, it's complex, right? Like thought-provoking.
The oak usage is a little higher. It's
Definitely.
it's a little more obvious in this wine. But that said, well done, right? It's you smell it, you're like, oak, but it's integrated with the fruit well enough. That's not that huge of a deal. Love that smell.
Hits with this like bright, zippy freshness. The acidity touches down a lot, like I talked about a couple episodes ago, like with new wine. It's got this feeling of freshness in the front end, despite it being a 2008. That is lovely.
Super fresh. It's like I'm picking up on like more raspberry fruit with like a citrus edge to it. Like you get a little bit of ruby red on the finish, but the fruit is like strongly fresh raspberry, like fully ripe raspberry, and super fresh. Like really delicious and easily accessible here.
Yeah.
taking pictures of us.
Where I'm really feeling this, in contrast, right, where I said that the balance really came through more with the bigger sips here, with the smaller sips on this one. As it washes around the palate, the acidity has this slow building sensation, which if you've been watching regularly, you know I'm a real sucker for. That bright red fruit, again, those raspberries, a little bit of the strawberries he was talking about, kind of sitting in the background. And the richness provided by, like, again, balanced use of oak that's got a little touch of that funk to it is just sitting across the top part of the palate. Runs out for, I mean, it's still running out.
Yeah,
it's enormous length.
The mid-palate length here is very significant, and the finish here is fantastic. Well, yeah. Another wine I don't have anything bad to say about. That said, the intensity level from the Johan is a step down, right? It's definitely a little more of a reserve. I mean, while the oak usage is higher, and while you could call this a sort of like a bigger wine, it doesn't have the stuffing, internal stuffing that the Johan wine.
I wouldn't call it bigger. I just call it darker.
Just call it darker.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But
for me, absolutely a delicious wine, and it has all those Dundee characters. Like, it shows the terroir very well. 91 points for me. Love it. It's really good.
I'm getting some really nice minerality on the mid palate here too, and that evolution, right, from the freshness to the minerality with a touch of richness to that dark kind of funk flavors that are lingering behind the slow, drawn out acidity that dries up really fully in the back end after like 15 seconds. All sensations I really like, while all of the flavors stick around. This is, yeah, a little more up my alley than his. I'm going to go 92 plus on it. Fantastic bottle. And these are definitely up there price point wise. They're both around $60, I think. And
they're both well worth.
They both, if you're in the market for wines at that price point, I think these both deliver solid value.
Absolutely.
And not only like for Pinot nerds. I think this stuff is so good that it's really accessible to a wide range of people, even those who aren't used to drinking a lot of Pinot Noir, which is really something. You can bring complexity, expression of terroir, right, and a little
which both do in this case.
Yeah, and
this is full on Eola Amity.
Yeah,
dark fruit.
You've got something special.
Absolutely. Good. Merry Christmas to us.
Yeah.
Both killer wines. So.
And easy question of the day here too. What are you guys drinking for Christmas this year? Let us know about it. Tell us a story about it. Don't just list off the wine. If you're watching this show, you're probably drinking something special. So let me know.
You didn't offer Christmas.
That's I haven't decided necessarily what I'm bringing back to drink. So I think I got a 2003 J.J. Prum Veltliner Sonner. 2006 Auslese that I'm gonna take back to drink with some friends. That's the only one I know for sure. The rest has to be selected yet. You got one picked out?
Yeah, I'll probably take a DuPont 2006 Baldwin Family Reserve back.
Yes, let us know how that goes.
Those are drinking pretty good, I bet, right now. And then probably some Riesling. Tammy likes the Riesling.
Riesling and Pinot. Hard to go wrong.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. See you for your New Year's show.
Bye.